VCT Americas Week 2 Pick'ems. We got Furia versus Evil Geniuses.
Well, it depends on what Furia we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get the Super Sub team. I doubt
No. And this is why I just have EG winning this one.
Same.
I don't think we have to. EG just looks like a solid team, and Potter's going to be good and has a whole week or a good amount of days to figure out Furia, and it's not hard to figure out.
Yeah, I think Furia looked kind of weak this week with their actual players, and Evil Geniuses looked like they had a lot of upside despite their loss. As long as they don't really fumble it too bad, I think Evil Geniuses can win this one easily.
As long as they don't run double duelists, I think they're good.
I feel like, now that I think about it, like both EG and Furia, I could see them being like the bottom of the Americas. But then again, it's Americas, it's stacked. Who knows? But yeah, I still have Evil Geniuses winning this game as well. Yeah,
I would love for it to go 3 maps though. I think having 3 maps between them, I think would be good for both teams, just in general.
Yeah.
Cloud9 versus MIBR.
Who the hell knows, man?
My heart wants it to be Cloud9 because I like the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see MIBR after getting like thrashed by 100 Thieves being like, oh yeah, and then we're gonna get beat by Cloud9.
Yeah, it feels like MIBR really has a lot more tinkering and more time to get their ish. Yeah, they have
more firepower. Xeppaa has to go off again, or Oxy has to go off, and that's like the only way. Like they have 2 players, I think, really that do crazy stuff, and if they don't have that, then they're gonna lose.
I have a question, and maybe the comment section can answer this for me. Has ASPAS ever lose to Cloud9?
I don't.
I mean,
like I said, no one has to answer this. But
Well, somebody needs to answer it.
If that was the case, like I feel like that would be kind of weird if ASPAS had never lost to Cloud9 and then magically
they lost to Cloud9 last year, week 1, stage 1, Americas 1-2. That's when Cloud9 was going on like their super run.
The super run, okay.
At the beginning of the season, yeah.
I don't think it'll happen again. I don't think MIBR will lose.
I think I have Cloud9 here. I know. I'm going up against my boy ASPAS, and I just think Cloud9 look very good. Like they're not. Obviously, we've seen now that they're not like G2 level good, but I think talent-wise, like chemistry-wise, the team has been together. Like the core of the team has been together far longer than MIBR's core. We've seen some shakiness in the MIBR players with like Cortesia and Xenom and some of the other guys. So it's like, I want MIBR to win, but I just can't, based on what I've seen, I can't justifiably say that MIBR, like ASPA, is going to single-handedly carry them to like a win. There's too much talent right now on Cloud9. There's too much synergy from what we've seen from Cloud9 for them to like suddenly like choke to an MIBR team that hasn't been together that long, hasn't been practicing that long, and one player does not make a team. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like Cloud9 and MIBR match up pretty well together because they both have like cracked duelists and they both have like a pretty good initiator where MIBR has Nazwir, who's shown us that he can top frag as an initiator with Furia last year, and Cloud9 has Xeppaa, who's just he's looking like freaking KC narrate, not gonna lie, low key a little bit. KC narrate. Maybe that's too much glaze on Xeppaa. Yeah, let me calm down a little bit. But yeah, I think they match up pretty well. So it's for me, it's a coin flip. I guess I'll just go with MIBR to be a contrarian and whatnot. But I could see it go either way. Yeah, I'm not gonna bet against the go ASPAS. You what? ASPAS goes out, he gets grouped basically in kickoffs. Never, not my ASPAS. Never.
Yeah, I think the big telling thing, I think the X factor for MIBR in this matchup is gonna be Artazine. I think Artazine had a really poor series. I think the round remake kind of killed his momentum because he got that 4K on pistol and then they remade it. Yeah. And then he just like did not do anything. I think he was like 1-8 at one point or something like that. Like he was not having it after that remake. So it was really tough for him. So I really want to see Artazine bounce back. Same with Cartesia. But I probably am going to go with Cloud9. I think I was a little bit more happier with Mitch's calling than Nowser's. But again, it's such a small sample size. And I also think that C9 used the Tejo breach a little bit better on Lotus than MIBR did. But that could also just be part of Artizine not being comfortable with the agent yet. But I definitely am leaning more towards C9 here. And one of the points that I was thinking about during this year, I think last year's kickoff, the main thing that defined it was coach diff. And I think this year it's team diff, like who works better as a team. Because I don't think you can just hard carry 1v5 anymore in this game. And especially as so much utility and so many set strats are being developed and so much anti-strats been happening, it really is going down to be like team versus team.
The match of the week, probably.
Yeah,
100
for sure.
Thieves versus NRG.
I think 100 Thieves should take this. I think they've looked well. We've seen 2 games of theirs, so like we've had a lot bigger of a sample size. But 100 Thieves just look really good. They look like one of the top teams in Americas, and NRG has yet to prove it. They kind of just looked slow, sloppy, just not as drilled as 100 Thieves looks. So I would have to give it to 100 Thieves. Like NRG would have to really pick it up. I think like they have to double what they were doing. Like they have to be like even just a little bit better. Like 100 Thieves is a decent amount better. Right
Nah, NRG's bouncing back, man. You think FNS didn't see those senior citizen comments? Nah, he's hungry, man. He's tired of being
He's too
called Joe
old.
Biden, bro. They're gonna bounce back for sure. In NRG, I trust. I got them going through.
Yeah, I got NRG too here.
I feel like that's what Joe Biden said.
Yeah.
I got NRG here too. The main reason for me is obviously this is my team. I can't be doubting my team here. Another reason, I just think Bonker is not Chet. I don't think, Bonker has, despite all the jokes in the offseason, I do think he has a better grasp on the game than Chet has, and has been able to like evolve and adapt throughout the years. You see it in Oxygen and the other teams that he was part of before. And I don't think he's gonna walk in with a week to play. I don't think he's gonna waste that week saying, "Oh, okay, well we weren't able to win this. We're gonna run the same stuff and that's it." They're gonna find a way to play the Tejo here, and they're going to do it, enough to get them past 100 Thieves. Now, to give 100 Thieves their credit, they're very solid. They got a lot of good plays in the Sentinels match. They had a lot of they dominated the team that they played in their match, and so yeah, there's a lot going for them. But I do think that this NRG team still has like the raw talent to be able to adapt to the situation or the meta that they faced. They didn't even did they run the Tejo? I can't remember. I don't think they
NRG did not run the Tejo.
Yeah, and I feel like that's an FNS philosophy that he has to just throw in the trash can and be like, okay, well, the meta's Tejo, we have to run it. They have a week to fix it. I think they can. I mean, it's not like they got
Destroyed.
Mopped, by Cloud9. They did keep it a little bit competitive. They were able to bring it back a little bit, but they were never able to make a comeback. And I think that with enough time, they'll be able to beat 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I think I'm also going to go with NRG and bounce off kind of that potential. One of the main things that stood out to me was that Ethan really underperformed in that series against C9. I think he got caught out a lot, especially on the breach, setting up util, trying to set up flashes, and just felt like they were not in sync. And the other thing, and of course, I'm always going to give them leeway because they're rookies, but I think Verno kind of underperformed on the first day as a stage. Like, I literally said Verno is dropping 30 on Fracture. That's what I said before the map started. And he only dropped 30 in the entire series. So I think some land jitters is their first event. I also think that first map on Fracture where Finesse really underperformed, I think a large part of that is facing against a Tejo, and you don't have a Tejo, you're playing Killjoy against Tejo. Like you're gonna get clapped, right? And he did. So I think them having this data now to visualize and see how are teams running Tejo. I think if they watch the G2 game, I think they can learn so much just from that on how to play Tejo Breach. And you have Ethan, who's a world-class Breach player. So if you're able to sync that with Verno learning that role or even flipping it, I see them. They have a lot of potential. And Sam is still him. Sam is insane.
Nice. Yeah.
But on the other side, I also do want to give credence to 100 Thieves. I think some of the comps that they ran were really good. I still think that they have great fundamentals, but yeah, I don't know. I just can't doubt NRG. I said this last year too, man.
Yeah.
And like, obviously that did not work out, but I just can't doubt NRG, you know?
Yeah, the idea of like having both Verno and Ethan underperform again, that's not going to happen. And I like how Yusef, he kept pointing out they have a whole week. It's going to be a great testament to see how good of a coach Bonkers is. And when you have a whole week to learn from your mistakes, you have like an extra day from VOD reviewing 100 Thieves too. So good coaches can take that extra day very far. So we'll see. We'll see how good their coaching staff really is. The brains of NRG.
Crew versus 2Game Esports.
I think it's pretty simple. Like Crew didn't look great, but Crew doesn't look like the worst team in Americas.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
I think Crew just has more like leeway here. Like, is it this roster is not losing to 2Game Esports. Now, granted, they did lose to them in the off season, but as we've learned very quickly, this is not the off season. I think Crew just kind of rebounds here from their mistakes. 2Game has been looking pretty weak. I think they're gonna have to take another week, another month and a half off, and try to like fix their mistakes, make some roster moves, or pray magically that the two youngsters from last roster magically turn 18.
Are they turning 18 this year?
I think so. I think
one of them is. I think the other one was 16, turning 17 soon or something.
Gotcha. I mean,
They
they
two,
they
like,
got
really-
Gobera, so I
Yeah.
guess he'd be the replacement for the one who was 16. Yeah. So it looks like we all
Yeah.
got Crew moving through.
I got Crew. I'm on that Crew PM. I'm always on that Crew PM.
I love it.
Shout out Crew. Hey, they gave $1,000 to the Wildfires. Shout out to Crew.
Oh, that's what's up.
I love them.
Loud versus Sentinels.
This is the one that I'm like, so I don't know. Like, I don't really know.
Like both teams have good momentum coming in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sen has shown like good stuff. Loud has shown good stuff, but Loud hasn't played like a super good team. Like, I guess we don't know how good Crew is, but I didn't think Crew looked that great.
Yeah.
So
It could just come down to a Tejo diff. If it's a Tejo
could
diff kind
be.
of thing, then I got Sentinels.
I think Sen has a better. Well, like JohnQT, this is his second year. Vinny, this is his first. I just kind of
That's
go based
true.
on that.
Mhm.
Sen, and also Sen has 2 matches that they can look back on, and
Yeah.
Loud only has 1. I think Sen should take this.
Yeah. Sen has definitely have the advantage.
I don't know.
I think Loud was looking, pretty much similar to the level that 100 Thieves was looking at. And Sentinels did a fantastic job against 100 Thieves and able to like counter strat them and then come back and stuff like that. The roster moves are incredible, but I don't know why. It's in the air. I got Loud here. And there's no scientific reason. There is no like statistics to back this up. I just believe in my Brazilians, and I think Loud's winning this one.
I see you, Zeph, beating the "I hate Brazilian teams" narrative. Okay, from last pod. I don't know. The more I think about it, I feel like Sentinels have all the advantage. If they lose this one, then I feel like it would just be disastrous for them. I mean, if they do lose, who are they most likely going to play? Mainly like what? They
They
the lower
lose, they go
finals.
to lower round 3.
Lower round 3, so we don't know yet.
Do they have the easy bracket of the lower round? Because it's like on one bracket
No,
you
I
have
think they have
Furia,
to-
Evil Geniuses, Cloud9, and MIBR. That's
I think
easy.
they would probably have to either face off against NRG or 100 Thieves.
Oh, so they're in that bracket. They're in the harder
I think.
one.
I think
Yeah.
it flips around.
It flips.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sentinels just because they have an extra day, extra game. I like their coaching staff more, even though Loud does have like really good individuals too, in Pancada, Tui's, and Dirigine. Yeah,
I think STK has been doing
Sentinel-
a fantastic job by himself.
The more I think about it, like they match up pretty well against Sentinels, but I'm gonna just have Sen. I'll have Sen.
No, if they lose, they go to the top part. They would
top
face the
part.
Furia, EG, C9, MIBR bracket.
Okay, well, so they should.
Even
these
if
two
they
teams
lose, I
will
don't
win
think
on.
it's disastrous.
Yeah, never mind. I take that back. But yeah, I had Sentinels going to the upper finals. I'm gonna just stick with them going to the upper finals.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my prediction of Sen going through as well. But to me, I think it comes down to how good do they manage their economy. Because if Loud gets the big green, I don't know if Sun have the greatest answers for it. Not to say that like Tejo breach or Vise flashes or whatever to push it off, but I think DG Zin as an opera is just so far ahead of like a lot of the competition right now that he can single-handedly change the game, how the game is played.
But at the
Once he
same
gets
time,
that gun.
Sentinels isn't crew. They're not evil geniuses. I feel like if they're having problems with DDG, I would think they would be smart enough to like just be like, yeah, let's not walk into his stuff. And whatnot.
Pull the old CNET strat. Avoid CNET.
Just, you see CNET, you run. See DDG, you leave, you run as well. So yeah, I feel like Sentinels, they won't let one person beat them. That's the thing. Like if you're gonna beat Sentinels, it's gonna be truly a team effort.
Yeah.
Okay, but I would also like to bring up that like Kawan has been playing insane these last few matches. Like yeah, you're running away from Godzilla, but you're getting the one
You
with
got King
wings
Kong on the other side.
Yeah, you're getting King Kong on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll see.
Okay.
It's gonna be exciting. I'm super
So
excited.
is that
for the
like
match.
3 of us for Sentinels and Zeph holding it
Loud.
down for Rizzo?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
going loud here. I'm just the Andy Contrarian apparently. I don't know why. Okay. G2 versus Leviatan.
If Demon 1 is playing Duelist, it's G2 all day. It's G2 all day. I mean, the only Duelist I want to see Demon 1 play is Jet and ISO. Anyone else is just, I feel like they're throwing. So until they fix that, I have G2 winning.
I have to agree. I think G2. It's not so much because Leviatan look weak, even though they do. I just think G2 is playing perfect Valorant. Like, yeah, there's some, rounds they lost here and there, but like I said before, it was just like minor mistakes, not necessarily like major like game plan stuff. G2. And that was our recap of week 1 and pick'ems for week 2. Join us for our next episode tomorrow, where we will talk about more about Americas. For Esports Andy, That Nerd Kaizen, and Jaycon, I've been Zeph. See you tomorrow.